we find out more about your organization?
Well, you can go Path out of Miami, Florida, and you can look up Grandmaster Dee, GMD Houdini at yahoo.com.
What inspired you to get started in the music industry?
Oh man, the Grandmaster Flash, Furious Five, and the Cold Crush Brothers, Grand Wizard Theodore, and DJ Charlie Chase, and the Funky 4 plus one more. And what really grabbed me was the first year moving from Brooklyn to Roosevelt Island. First year in high school, I started hearing rap music. They had a spark room. We were going at lunchtime. After you eat your lunch, you go in there and they playing cards right before they go to the next period class. And I started hearing rap. Yes, yes, y'all. You don't stop. We like our sound loud, loud and clear. I said, yo, what is that? They said, it's rap. Grabbed the whole of it. They had DJ Africa Bambaataa, and that grabbed me. My dream was to be an NBA ball player. I was good on the court. Couldn't touch me on the basketball court. But when I heard that rap, like they say, God places you somewhere. And I just went that route.
You're lucky you didn't have that. You'd have a basketball housewife. And that would be a whole different thing.
Houdini was a very successful group. I mean, you guys just accomplished a lot as far as hip hop and the R&B and pop world back in the day. If for a young artist coming up, what is the one thing that you would tell them to know or to heed in the business, of being in the business?
What I would tell them is be different. Come original. If you see everybody doing the same thing, you go the other way and do something different. Another thing to get in the game is harder than when we came, to me, as far because it's no more record companies really. They giving these distribution deals and what you see them on TV, 1 or 2 videos, but they ain't really making the money like they supposed to. Some of them made it, but I don't think now as much. But the main thing is be different, come with your own ideas, your own style, and you'll last long. You can't follow, you can't lead.
To ducktail on that, I would tell any artist to know not only who you are, but whose you are. You need to have a spiritual base for anything, because this industry is it's filled with so much pitfalls and so many bad habits. And you need to really have a spiritual foundation so that when you're buffeted by so many different temptations, you can overcome it. You have this intestinal fortitude to overcome that.
What made you get your start in comedy?
What made me? A dare. My cousin dared me 20 years ago to go on stage, and they basically said, if you don't go on stage, you can't joke with us no more. We don't want to hear anything you got to say. You got to, be quiet at the cookouts. You just got to go on stage because you have the talent and we believe in you. And that's 20 years ago, and I've been doing that ever since. And the thing I would say, it saved my life. Comedy saved my life because I had anger problems. I grew up in Brooklyn. We did what we ever did, what we do. And, even though I'm a college educated person, I could honestly say the streets still pull at you. And having a purpose and laboring in your purpose saved my life.
Grandmaster D, yes. What inspired the song Friends?
Well, Jalil came up with that song Friends back in the early 80s. And sometimes he used to be in a cab or be walking the streets and just see something and just go on it. And it's all about the friends. And Freaks Come Out at Night, he wrote that.
I was trying to get to that.
Driving by a club, seeing the girl with one glove on her hand, and he said, and fishnet stockings. And he said, yo, look, the Freaks Come Out at Night. He came with that idea and just put it on paper. Once he get that little thought, he's gone.
Did they come out anymore after the money started coming?
Oh yeah, they come out in daytime too.
Yeah.
Hey, do you DJ in the clubs or you just
Yeah. I DJ, do a lot of big things. Washington, D.C., I do things for the Democrats and all that. Yeah. And Feeding America.
So what are you doing during your downtime when you're just both of
Sure.
them?
Right now I'm trying to learn how to swim. Yeah, when I was a youngster, I was like 9 years old. They pushed me into 6 feet. I almost drowned. So
Where Betsy Head?
no, Flatbush, the boys' club.
Oh.
So yeah, I stayed out of the pools and just stayed on the basketball court. But they always say you got to try it. So I'm learning. I got the stroke a little bit. I can stay underwater for a little bit.
On my downtime, I watch sports. That's what I do. ESPN. That's it.
Go Mavs.
Oh, that's what you like. That's what you like.
What has been one of your fondest memories of hip hop?
My biggest moment. I mean, the best thing that I think came upon me was recording all our records in London. We was on a label called Jive Records. It was us and only Billy Ocean. Nobody really know that. We didn't record in the States. And that's why I really feel that we were always different than a lot of the groups. We had producers that dealt with Devo and Kraftwerk. And Larry Smith did Run DMC, and he did Houdini, he did Curtis Blow. That's one of the biggest hip-hop producers, but underrated that nobody talks about. And he had a stroke recently, so he's not able to really get around. And he's in a nursing home right now. And I'll take my hat off to him. And, you know, he always made us and Run DMC sound different. A lot of producers will produce you today, and everybody sound the same. But recording in London was a big break for us, and especially keeping us out of New York, where if we was recording in New York, everybody and their mother would come by the studio, try to steal your ideas. So being far away, you know, kept us on the right path.
What are some artists that you like nowadays? You admire?
I can't really say. They cursing too much. You know, you ain't got to curse to get an audience. But you know, I mean, Kanye West got some good songs and good music, and I like I could listen to a little bit of Ludacris, a little bit of him, because he's a little different. And you know, the Jay-Z, everybody gonna say Jay-Z, but I just feel that they do what they do and we do what we do. If you can last 30 some odd years and still eat, we done something right. But you know, without God first, ain't none of this possible. I'm riding his way. Wherever he take me, I'm going.
Last question.
Do you feel a responsibility with Houdini being a legend, the legends that you guys are, as far as the group is concerned, to mentor any young artists coming up in the music industry, not necessarily what you do with the kids in Florida?
Well, I really think we would love to do it, but the young cats ain't looking for us to do it. They're looking for Lil Wayne and everybody else. You know, like I say, everybody's following. You know, I ain't taking nothing from them, but later on down the line, you're going to have to answer for all that you said on them records. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to look at the young youth coming up now. You're poisoning their minds. You know, and you know, back in the days, I remember they wouldn't play rap on radio. And we like forced them, us and Run DMC, but we was clean cut. We were the clean cut guys on the block, and Run DMC was the hardcore. And they calling them hardcore? This is real hardcore. Right. You know what I'm saying? These kids today know the lyrics better than they know their homework. So if you could do that, we need to create something to keep them in school. Let's do something positive. Save the youth.
Yeah. Well, I would say that in all entertainment, we have a brain drain. In all entertainment, because society as a whole don't want the truth, and we're living in a look at me society. So if you look at a look at me society, we're creating celebrities. We no longer have stars.
Yeah.
Stars are unique. If you look every day, you pick up the paper or you watch the TV, you see a star that's died. You know, look at Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston was a star. She had a unique, particular skill. She was not a celebrity. She became a celebrity on her downfall because you didn't care about her talent. You cared about the demise. You cared about the destruction. That's when she became a celebrity. But she was born a star. It's a totally different thing. We're not creating any stars. We're only creating celebrities.
Yeah, you're right. And back in our era, you know, they throw you like a dot. If you stick, you stick. If you don't, you don't. And we say now, where do we go from here? And you know, now it's like, you know, black on black. We don't support our artists. Like, you know, man, Earth, Wind and Fire was my heroes. Joe Tex, James Brown. I listened to all of that. That's what helped raise me, from the blues to all of that. I got a history of music, man, that you can never take from me. But you look at now, these kids don't even know. Half of these rappers today could walk right by me and not even know who I am.
But you know Why is that? Why you think that?
Because they don't want to know.
I'll
They're
take
here
it.
for this today. What is it's the money.
But that's hip hop, man.
But I'll take it a step further. I'll take it a step further because you ask why is that? Let's look at all of us in this room. Most of us in this room are 30 plus. I don't see anybody younger than that. And the problem is that when you're 30 plus, you're listening to the same music that your kids listen to. So if your kid is in love with the stripper, daddy's in love with the stripper too. When I was a kid, I listened to what my father listened to on the radio, and that's how I got my oral tradition of who I listened to. So if you want to change this, then you teach your kids about Michael Jackson before he dies. You teach your kids about Whitney Houston before she's taken away from us. You bring your child to an event like this so they can see history in music, so that they understand when they listen to rappers that ain't talking about nothing, that they don't understand history. But if you are dancing to the same things, the same nonsense, then you can't feed your child. If you eating dessert all the time, you can't tell your child to eat their vegetables.
You're definitely right. And you know what that is too? That's just like seeing Rolling Stones, the Grateful Dead. They can take 10 years off and come back and make 100 million and take another 10 years off because their parents introduced them, the kids, to the Rolling Stones. They make sure they know about their history. Well, we don't do it. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Razor and DJ Grandmaster Dee.